Hello my beautiful friends, it is Mimi here today and I'm so excited to be here today doing a sit down video and chatting with you about my annual favorites. So today's video is going to be slightly different. It's not a monthly favorite video. I've gathered my favorites of the whole year of 2017. Basically these are things and items that I use pretty much every single day, so it's as favorite as it gets. I am really excited to share them with you because clearly these are things that make a huge positive difference in my life. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. All right, before I get started, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention. Number one, some of you might be wondering why I haven't been posting lately as often as I have been before. It is because I do not have a full-time videographer or editor. So basically, at the moment, it is me editing the videos or Alex editing the videos. And that is very challenging when, you know, obviously I'm a full-time parent right now. I'm with Alexa pretty much all day long. And then I work when Alexa is sleeping or in my evenings. Also, our businesses have been growing, both Luxy Hair, Intelligent Change, all the other projects we're working on. Everything is booming, everything is wonderful and great. We're hiring people, so there's a lot of work involved as well for me to be there. And it doesn't leave a lot of time for me to obviously film and edit. Film, I can always find time to film, but it's the editing because it's not something I excel in anyways. I enjoy doing it when I have a lot of time, but obviously when I don't have a lot of time, it's just something that sort of discourages me even from filming in the first place. That's why I've just kind of been like, oh, whatever. But you can help me. If you know anybody who is a great videographer or wants to be a great videographer, but obviously has some experience already, then you can apply now. I'm gonna put a link down below, so make sure to open the info box and apply through that link if it's something you're interested in. Obviously, you have to be living here in the UK in London, or if you know somebody who is great at it, you send them a link, tell them there's a great opportunity. Please, if you want to see more of my content, obviously, this is something that's going to help me a lot. And also, before I get into the favorites, one last thing I wanted to mention. If you're just an editor anywhere in the world, you could be anywhere in Philippines, in Australia, anywhere in the world, because we'll work on many different projects across all of our businesses and we'll always look for great editors. So if you're just good at editing videos or if you're great at editing videos, regardless of where you are in the world, you can apply now as well. So the links will be down below. And now finally I can get into my favorites. So the first thing I wanted to mention here, you're like, Mimi, what is this? I'm gonna mention good old ginger. And this is something I use pretty much every single day. I make ginger tea, I add ginger raw into a salad, or sometimes I even add it to like warm cooked food. But I would say specifically, I love using ginger as a tea, and it's something I usually drink throughout the day, but specifically before I go to sleep. So how I do it is I peel the ginger and I just take maybe like this much, so kind of like the tip of your finger. Basically that would be the size. You slice the ginger and then you just slice the inside, basically the flesh of the ginger. So I just put into the cup with some lemon. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of honey, sometimes I just have it plain, and then I put hot water on top and just let it brew for a few minutes, and then I drink it. I find it so soothing to my digestion. I just love the way I feel about it. Also, it's great when I feel like I have a little bit of a cold coming on, and I felt like this winter, I'm not sure if it's because I'm still breastfeeding, it's just my immunity hasn't been as strong as it usually has, and I just feel like I constantly have a bit of a sore throat, but drinking the ginger tea always keeps the cold at bay. So I definitely recommend doing that. But I just noticed that I do it all throughout the year. Whenever we're traveling and we go to a grocery store to buy some things, you know, to have in the place where we're staying when we're traveling, we'll always get ginger. It's like a must-have in the house. So I just wanted to mention it because I really appreciate you, ginger. And one last thing I wanted to mention about ginger is that when you're buying it, make sure that you buy organic, because I find that it's completely different taste. The organic one usually comes from Peru. I've never found organic ginger yet from China. So I usually find there's two types of ginger. One is just conventional from China. It looks completely different and tastes completely different. And then this one is from Peru. It's like slightly smaller, slightly more, I don't want to say beautiful, but it's just more, it looks a bit more exquisite. The taste is a lot more intense, and it also lasts for a lot longer. If it just sits there in a kitchen cabinet, it can last like for at least a week or longer, but I find the conventional one for some reason goes bad faster. Anyways, I thought that's something to mention. In general, there's so many health benefits to ginger. There's even some research that shows that it can prevent Alzheimer's, it can prevent cancer, some heart disease. But like I said, my main thing that I use it for is like common colds or digestion mentioned, it feels really good after you have a meal to have a little bit of a warm ginger tea. So if you don't have this as part of your routine, I strongly recommend for you to add it. Next favorite of the year, it's not even a thing or a book. It's sort of a concept that has been the subject of this whole year, with Vortex being the first book I read in the year, to all these other books that I've read throughout the year, like Placebo and now Law of Attraction that I was reading this past month. I would say it's just something I always knew, but this has been the year where I've really researched Law of Attraction, and I really wanted to talk to you guys about it as well, because I think it's completely life-changing if you apply it and if you are aware of it in your life. So what is Law of Attraction? I will not get into too much depth because literally you could talk about the subject for hours, but I'll quickly cover it because there's lots of other things I want to talk about in this video. But basically, Law of Attraction is something I've been subconsciously using my whole life. I've been daydreaming and visualizing since I was a little girl, this lifestyle that I'm living now. So I know from personal experience that Law of Attraction works. So what is Law of Attraction? Basically what it means is what you focus on, you attract more of in your life. It's a very simple concept if you just think about it that way. But in reality, we still, a lot of times in our lives, even though we know it logically, we'll still focus on the negative things. We'll complain, we'll be like, I don't like this in my partner, or I don't like this in myself. So we constantly end up still focusing on the negatives, because I think as humans, we constantly want to improve and change towards better. That's something to just keep in mind when it comes to Law of Attraction. It's just you have to consciously switch your mind and focus on the positive. That's why I personally use the 5-minute journal every single day, because that's what allows me to focus on the positive every single day in the morning. At the end of the day, again, like I said, last month I read Law of Attraction, the book, and it's very interesting. It's a little bit on the hippie side. I'm very skeptical when I read about anything that talks about like channeling and, you know, some kind of spirits come to you to tell you, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I'm still very open to the information if it makes logical sense. And the book makes a lot of sense, the way they describe the Law of Attraction, and then they go into more depth of other laws that are important when you want to attract something into your life. The way Alex and I discussed this just a few days ago, it's like this. If you want to attract something in your life, you have to every day think about it. Tony Robbins talks about it as doing the gratefulness walk. Again, this is something Alex and I did years ago, and all the things was said in our gratefulness walks that we wanted to attract and bring into our lives came true. Like I said, there's many people talk about Law of Attraction in very different forms, but everybody essentially talks about the same thing. What you focus on, you attract. So first you do that, and then you start attracting things into your life. Now, second thing is sometimes you will attract something into your life, but if you're not able to receive it, if you don't feel like you deserve it, then all the work you did to attract is wasted. So that's just something to keep in mind, is that if you're not able to then receive the gifts the universe will send you, like you have attracted something because you really want and desire it, maybe the partner, the job, the opportunity, and then you actually get the opportunity, you move to a new place, and then you just don't feel like you deserve it. So it's just something you have to look at. You have to reevaluate basically your whole belief systems. And then the last thing that, again, this is something that just Alex and I discussed, is that even if you attract something and then you manage to receive it, if you don't feel grateful for it, eventually you're going to lose it. So it's just something to keep in mind. You know, first you work on the attraction by focusing on something every single day, whether you do it through 5-minute journal, whether you do it through some meditation or visualization every single day for at least 10-15 minutes, whether you do it through gratefulness walks. Again, if you want me to talk about this in more detail, I can do a separate video on that. But I just realized how powerful it is, and that I've been using it throughout my life, more or less unconsciously, and now I'm starting to use it more and more consciously. It's just incredible. Sometimes you really focus on something and you'll attract it literally the next day. So something I wanted to bring into your attention, if you want to make your 2018 a better year, a more conscious year where you live with intention and awareness, then definitely look into Law of Attraction through all these books that I mentioned. Well, on the note of books, I'm gonna just briefly mention another annual favorite, and it is my favorite app of all. It's probably my second most used app after Instagram. Instagram also, I guess, is an annual favorite, but that's kind of a simple one for everybody. But this one is the app called Audible. I absolutely love Audible because that's how I consume all of my information at the moment. It is what allows me to read books, because at the moment, I don't really find the time to sit down and open the book and start start reading it like casually, but I'm literally just listening to everything on the go, either when I'm cleaning up, cooking, or walking somewhere, or doing my makeup. That's a big one for me. I know at least I can listen to 15 minutes of a book every day while I'm quickly doing my makeup. So I have a collection of books that are my favorites. I'm gonna link them down below so you can check them out. But if you haven't tried Audible, I strongly encourage you to. I know some people prefer to read. In fact, I fall in that category. If I have a choice, I will always prefer to read a book rather than listen, because I find that information just goes way deeper when you physically read it through paper. But when you don't have a choice, you always have a choice, but when you're short for time but you still want to consume some information, then definitely Audible is such a useful little tool. I'm truly appreciative that they created such an amazing app, and yeah, I use it every single day. Next annual favorite is Dr. Hauschka cream. This is a rose day cream light, because they have different type of day creams. So I just wanted to mention this is the one that's rose, and this is something that Alex and I actually both use. It has a very light rose scent. Smells very, very nice. What I really love about this moisturizer, oops, I got it. What I really love about this moisturizer, and that's the reason we'll always have it in our sort of bathroom cabinet, is because it's so lightweight, it's fast absorbent, it's natural. Most of the ingredients are very natural, not tested on animals. If you haven't heard of Dr. Hauschka, definitely look into them. They have great skincare. But I just really like that this product absorbs really fast, but at the same time moisturizes the skin and leaves it very, I wouldn't say dewy, but like very smooth. You get that really nice smooth feeling. And then it works really well when I want to apply the makeup right away, because I don't have time to like wait for my moisturizer to absorb. So I literally just like slap that on and then put my makeup on. And even though this year I've actually experimented with a lot of other moisturizers that are like a lot more expensive and only sold for like skincare professionals, I still go back to good old Dr. Hauschka Rose Day Cream, because I just find it's just so simple, but it does the job. It is not a cheap product, I have to say. It's more on the pricier side, but it's mostly because the ingredients are more natural and the brand is definitely more focused on natural skincare. Another product I really wanted to mention is a toothpaste, and this is something Alex and I have been using, gosh, for probably about 7 years now. Since I've switched to more natural products, I realized that conventional toothpaste have a lot of nasty chemicals. We switched over to, I think this was one of the first things we actually tried, was the Green Beaver company. This one is called the Frosty Mint. It's a Canadian brand, so even though we now have been living in the UK for almost 5 years, we still use this brand because I've tried some other natural toothpaste and I haven't liked anything as much as I like this one, because to me it sort of performs as conventional toothpaste. That's why I keep going back to it. So how we get it here in London is that whenever somebody is visiting us from Toronto, my mom, Alex's mom, they bring like 5 of these. So I definitely recommend this. I'm not sure if they sell it online. I'll try to find a link. If you're ever in Canada, definitely get yourself some, or if you can find it online, I definitely would recommend it. If you want to switch to a more natural toothpaste, it is fluoride free, sodium laurate, sulfate free. So basically, like I said, it's a more natural, non-cruelty free toothpaste, and it works. You have a nice fresh minty breath after, and I'm not really sure what else I can say about it. I use it every day, twice a day for the last 7 years. That definitely means that it's a good product. This is a product I know I've mentioned before because I've been using this again for years. This is a deodorant. It's a natural deodorant by the brand Sian Health. And this is a clay deodorant. It is more natural. It is aluminum free. That's the reason why I love it. And it smells absolutely incredible. Probably the scent is still my favorite thing about this product. A, the scent. B, obviously that it works and protects you from sweating and all that stuff. The first time we discovered this was when we were in California years ago. We bought this at Whole Foods and then we ran out of it, and we bought probably 2. Out of all the deodorants I've tried, I still go back to this one. Yeah, like I said, the scent is probably my favorite thing. So I definitely recommend this if you're looking for a natural deodorant that you can use every day. Then this is the product to use. One thing I would love for them to change is their packaging. It's definitely not the most glamorous, but at the end of the day, as long as it works, I still love it. Another annual favorites are on my hands, and I'm not sure if you can see it from that distance, but I'll show a close-up. It's these two heart rings. One is here on my index finger. This one is from Midjouri, and it's a real gold heart ring. So now I've been doing my best to invest in more real jewelry and not just costume jewelry, unless it's really good costume jewelry, because I just find that I've wasted so many products because, you know, you buy some costume jewelry and literally within weeks it goes black. These are both gold, and I love that because I can just wear them all the time. I can wash my hands with them and they don't change color. This one on my middle finger is also a gold tiny heart ring. This one is from the brand Chupi, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love the brand. I love all of their stuff, so definitely check them out. And this one is from Midjouri, like I said. So yeah, both are absolutely beautiful. As you guys know, I love hearts. Out of all the rings that I wear, these are the two that I pretty much never take off. Alright guys, this product is life-changing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this little guy that I'm holding in my hands is called Lin Shaver. This is something that Alex got probably a year ago or more than a year ago, but I only started using it in the last few months and I love it. So what a Lin Shaver does is basically you put it on, you'll hear like a bit of a sound, and I'm not wearing a sweater or anything right now. If you have a wool sweater or a cashmere sweater, or actually any kind of sweater where you have those little balls collecting over time, this shaves everything off. So literally you can use this on your own clothes, you can use it on a blanket, you can use it on any kind of item. I use it on Alexa's like wool sleeping bags. After using them for a few months, they start looking old. So literally this shaves everything off, and your sweaters, your wool or cashmere sweaters or any kind of clothes start looking like they're absolutely brand new. So this has been amazing. So the way it works, like I said, you just go like this over your clothes and then it collects the fabrics here, then you dump this. Oops, there was something inside. You'll see little lints. And then you just put this back on and your pieces of clothing look brand new. So I can't stress enough how amazing this thing is. It also makes a great gift, but I would just say get this as a gift for yourself because you won't have to repurchase the items. This will keep your items looking brand new. Another favorite I wanted to mention today is this lip liner. I don't really use lip liners, but this is the only lip liner I ever use. It is by Makeup Forever and the color is... where is it? I know I saw it. It's 2C. So I absolutely love the color because it just looks like the color of my lips. I think I might have mentioned this before in my favorites, but like I said, it is an annual favorite. So I absolutely love using it because it doesn't look like I'm wearing anything. Like at the moment, I'm wearing it under my lip butter or lip gloss that I'm wearing. So I just go slightly, ever so slightly over my lips to draw slightly bigger lips. And then, yeah, it works absolutely beautiful. And then I also, what I do, this is a tip that a makeup artist told me years ago. So you just sort of fill in your lips. So you don't just draw the line outside, not outside, but basically where your lip line is, but you also, once you draw the line, you also fill them in with the lip liner. And then over that, you put whatever lipstick or lip gloss you want to put. That way, everything really stays on for much longer. So if you're looking for a lip liner, I definitely recommend using this by Makeup Forever. You guys always ask me where I shop, and obviously I don't just shop at one particular store, but if I have to just choose one store that I know if I'm gonna walk into that store, I'm going to leave with something, it would be Club Monaco. What I love about Club Monaco, they have a lot of neutral items, a lot of basics that you get to use every single day, and the quality of the fabrics is usually really good. So I absolutely love it. It's a bit on the pricier side, but I definitely think it's worth it because it's important to invest in quality items that you don't have to repurchase every single season. For example, I absolutely love the sweater that I got this year. It's got beautiful ruffle sleeves, and yeah, I've been wearing it like all the time. And then another beautiful cashmere sweater, also from Club Monaco with a beautiful ruffle neckline. I absolutely love. And then I have so many dress shirts from there. Like this one I got probably 5 years ago from Club Monaco. Again, I still have it. I still use it because it's great quality. It lasts. And then another dress shirt. I don't know, maybe 10 to 15% of my wardrobe is from Club Monaco. So I definitely love that store and I definitely recommend shopping there. All right, my beautiful friends, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'd love to hear about your annual favorites, so make sure to leave me a comment down below. If you enjoy watching my favorites, give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.